Hey guys, welcome back to the Espresso Outlet YouTube channel, and we're going to continue on our series of unboxing all the different Breville products. So recently we have picked up the Breville lineup and we wanted to do a quick comparison between all the machines. But this is a great opportunity to do an unboxing on every single product that is on the market right now so that you can see what you're actually getting with the machine. We'll do later reviews specifically about this machine in depth, as well as comparing it to some other machines. So make sure to hit that subscribe button if that's something that you're interested in. But for now, let's just get going and unbox this machine. When you open up your box, there's actually some cutouts in the top of the foam that contain all these different accessories. And this is something that's always been nice about Breville. Breville, a lot of times these are people's first real espresso machine. So I'm not exactly sure which portafilter to buy. I'm not exactly sure which tamper to buy. It comes with everything in the box and you know it's going to fit your machine right away. So let's just start going through some of these accessories. To start with, it's going to come with a user manual. If you want to read this, that's great. There's a lot of information online as well, but just know that it's in there. It talks all about water quality and hardness, dosing your portafilter and so on. So something that you're going to want to hang on to. The portafilter, it's a really nice portafilter. It is a 54 millimeter dual spout, so it is not like the standard 58 millimeter that a lot of people are kind of gravitating towards most days, but the 54 has really gained a ton of popularity, and even some recent videos have talked about the 54 possibly being a little bit better in terms of shot quality. So straight out, it comes with a double basket. It's not a precision basket. This is a standard tapered wall basket. It's a great basket to get you going, and the dual spout in the front. So one 54 millimeter portafilter. It comes with a 54 millimeter tamper. This might be something that you end up wanting to upgrade. It's really not that bad of a tamper though. I mean, it's going to fit up in the machine. It has a magnet, so it's really handy, and you're not going to have any sort of accessories or storage. It comes with a cleaning kit. Let's open up this box. And it has everything that you need to clean your machine. It has some tablets. So these are some backflush tablets that you'll put into your portafilter. We'll go over that in a later video on cleaning the machine. I really don't like using these very often because they can be really hard on your machine, but it does come with a few. It does come with one of these little needle punches, and that's to unclog your steam wand. So if you got some milk burn up underneath your steam wand, you can get that out really easily. And it's kind of like a group head cleaning brush or a all-purpose stiff brush. So all those cleaning tools that you need to get going. And then last, it comes with this rubber backflush blind. So I mentioned these cleaning tablets a bit ago. When you backflush your machine, it's really easy to do. You just put your backflush blind in, and no coffee. And you can see this kind of clogs up the basket. So when you turn on the machine, it's going to build up pressure in here. And if you have one of these cleaning tablets in the middle, when you turn off the machine, it's going to pull some of that detergent up through the machine and clean out your three-way valve and the group head of your machine. Now, there are other ways of doing this. We'll do a completely different video, but it does come with that nice backflush blind. So the next thing that we're going to take a look at is some portafilter baskets, and it comes with 3 additional baskets, or 4 baskets total. The basket that comes with your portafilter is a double shot, non-pressurized basket. So this is what you're going to pull out of the box. This is probably the only basket you're going to use. But it does come with 3 additional baskets. Off to this side, the single one is a single basket. So if you're doing a single shot and you're not maybe wanting as much caffeine, just one person, you can opt to use this. They are going to be a little bit more difficult to use. So a lot of people, what they'll do is let us use the double shot and pull less. But it does come with a single. Now, something that Breville has done for quite a while is, since this is kind of a more introductory machine in some ways, they do come with these, they call them a dual wall basket, and I call them a pressurized basket. So what's the difference between these? If you look at the bottom, there's just one single little tiny hole. But when you look at the top, there's hundreds of holes. So all that pressure that's on top, if your coffee grounds are not an ideal size, if it's ground too coarse, is still going to give the proper back pressure to give you a halfway decent espresso shot. Now, I don't really know why they include these, because this does have a grinder built in. If you had something like the Bambino that didn't have a grinder inside of it, it would make a little bit more sense, because maybe you're just buying some store-bought coffee from the store and grinding it in one of their large machines, and it's going to be too coarse. So you need some of that forgiveness that these baskets are going to offer. Not going to keep going on about it, just know that they come with the machine. You'll probably never use these 3. So I would probably focus on this one and move on. So the next thing has kind of become more of a standardized product. I've seen it in many different machines, especially Breville. They have one of these little puck style water filters. Now this isn't like a true like water softener, so still make sure that you're using a conditioned softened water. Just don't use something like distilled water because you still need a little bit of minerals. There's more information about that in other videos and on our website. Just don't use tap water. You will end up ruining your machine, most likely. It does come with this nice little holder. You can set the date for when you need to replace it. So if you're wondering when do I need to replace this filter, it's right there and you don't really have to remember. These filters, they are becoming more and more commonplace. I've even seen them at like grocery stores, so really easy to find. I believe the same filters are used in like Keurigs, so really easy to find and replace. There's no reason not to replace them. Okay, so the moment you've probably been waiting for is the actual machine. And it's a little bit awkward to get out of the box. I will let you know, you might need someone to help you pull it out. Just really depends on how comfortable you are. I usually just kind of go on its side, slide it out the side. It does come out really easy. There are a few things that they tuck in underneath here, so as you're pulling it out, just make sure that you're not gonna have everything fall on the floor and it get damaged. So the first thing that we'll look at is this milk pitcher. It's a standard milk pitcher that comes with pretty much every Breville machine. It's a nice quality, heavy stainless, so this will definitely get you going. Nice high quality product. It also comes with a packet for descaling your machine, so you won't have to buy anything to descale your machine in the future. If you're using quality water, you shouldn't really have to do this that often. It does have the descale indication on your display, so it will tell you when you need to descale. We'll go over that a different time. Okay, so here's the machine. It's a nice size for most people's kitchens. It's big enough that it looks a little bit flashy, but it's still small enough that it's not going to take up a lot of room. And it's also not so small that it's going to be difficult to use. So kind of that nice intermediate size of a machine. There is all sorts of various plastic protecting. We'll get all that peeled off and cleaned up and we'll take a closer look. Okay, so we went ahead and filled up the water reservoir in the back. This is a thermojet machine, so you don't have a boiler that you need to fill. If it was a boiler machine, it's going to fill that boiler and you need to fill that. This doesn't have that, so not a big deal. Only takes a few seconds. It's going to purge some water out of the group head, just to make sure there's no air pockets, and to prime your machine to get it ready to go. I went ahead and put your hopper on the top. It has this turn to unlock, and it'll know when it is unlocked. And I'll also note that when you do this, it shuts off the bean flow. So you can see beans can go through. So if you were to take this off to clean it, your beans are not going to fall out. So when you put it on, it locks back into place. You have this nice clear lid so you can see how many beans are in your hopper. If you don't want to see the Baratza label, those do peel off really easily. Not a big deal. I'm going to peel mine off here in a little bit. So I did mention earlier on you have the tamper. If you kind of reach up underneath the power button, there's a hole and a magnet. It'll store your tamper in place like so. Really handy if you choose to use this tamper. If not, you're gonna have a tamper outside of the machine. Your portafilter locks into place. This is in the group head. So nice tight fit when you get it. Don't be surprised, it's gonna be quite tight. And we have the grinder off to the side. So it locks in, really kind of nice how it just kind of fits into place, and there's a button at the back. And the ear of your portafilter is what's going to trigger that button. So you push it in and it's going to grind. We have it set for 13 seconds. That was just the stock time that came with the machine. So something to note, if you wanted to stop mid-grind, you can go ahead and click and it will pause and eventually cancel that. Something that Breville has started providing is this dosing collar, which is really nice because you usually get grounds all over the place. So you have this dosing collar that fits on the top and locks into place, and you can put it in like so. And it gives you some of that additional headspace to make a mound of coffee. And you can do your WDT or just kind of shake it around before you tamp. It does have a funny disclaimer. Don't put it into your group head with this thing on. Looks like they make it so that it doesn't fit, but they do have a disclaimer on there. Just make sure not to do that. Tamp like so. So I think that's as far as we're gonna go today with this Breville Barista Pro. Just wanted to show when you buy this and you get that box in the mail and you're all excited, what's going to actually come with it. So just a quick unboxing. We're going to do more in-depth videos on this specific machine and even compare it to some other machines in the future. So if you have any of those questions that you specifically want answered, make sure to drop them below so that we can read them before we do that video. Also, just make sure to like and subscribe. If this isn't the machine that you're looking for, we're going to be unboxing all the Breville products, and we have some other really cool stuff coming, so just make sure to check back. But for today, thank you for watching.